What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we're taking a look at more TCG Pocket, coming at you with a Dragonite deck. Dragonite is one of the strongest attackers in the game as a one prizer, but it is a stage 2, so it can be tough to get it into play, and it does require 4 energy to utilize that Draco Meteor attack. But when you do, you choose one of your opponent's Pokemon four times. So randomly 4 times one of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen. For each time that Pokemon is chosen, do 50 damage to it. So you're spreading 200 damage with Draco Meteor every time that you use it. And Dragonite with 160 HP, the only thing that can one-shot it in the standard format right now for TCG Pocket is a Charizard EX. Mewtwo EX can also one-shot it, but it requires a Giovanni. And I believe Blastoise EX can also one-shot it, but it requires 5 energy on it. So Dragonite, really tough to one-shot once you get it powered up, or once you get it evolved. And you can protect it on your bench with other things. There's a look at the fun Dragonite art there. And what we're doing to buy the time we need to set up those attacks with Dragonite is we're just going into our active with Weezing. Weezing has the Gas Leak attack, so it's going to start putting damage counters on our opponent's Pokemon with the poison. Gas Leak says once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon poisoned. We are not playing any Dark Energies, so Weezings are not going to attack with that Tackle attack. We just want Water and Lightning to attach to our Dragonites, and Weezings are just acting as a wall for us while we power up our Dragonite. Obviously, the Weezing as well can absorb damage and then be healed with Koga. Koga says, put your Muck or Weezing in the active spot into your hand. So our opponent hits into our Weezing, might not quite one-hit KO it, and then we can just pick it up with Koga. So it's a very strong wall. There's a few other ways to play Dragonite that we might explore later in future videos. There's other things you can wall with, like Snorlax or fossils, that sort of thing, and we might take a look at that in later videos. But today we're utilizing the Weezing with that Gas Leak ability. So our deck list right now is a 2-2 Weezing line, a 2-2-2 Dragonite line, 2 X Speed, 2 Pokeball, 2 Research, 2 Koga, and 2 Sabrina. So we're going to jump into some games here and see if we can't get a win with Dragonite. Obviously, Dragonite, very cool Gen 1 Pokemon. Cool artwork in the game as well, and a very strong attack if we can get it powered up. But that is a big if. There's no energy acceleration for Dragonite right now. There's no evolution search for Dragonite right now, so things can go a little bit slowly. But it all comes down to our opening hand. Looks like we are starting out with a Coughing. That's good. That is our best starter Pokemon, and it looks like we're going up against a Gardevoir deck, probably Gardevoir Mewtwo. And remember, we said Mewtwo is one of the few things that can one-shot Dragonite in the game right now, but they do have to have the Giovanni to do it. So there's the Mewtwo from our opponent. Now it's our turn. We do draw into our Research. That's really good. I'm going to Pokeball here. Hopefully we can hit a Dratini off of this. There is our Dratini. We're going to attach for turn to the Dratini. And then Research going to draw us 2 more cards. There's the Weezing for next turn and the Dragonair for the next turn. Great hand right now for us. Hopefully our opponent's not able to evolve into Kirlia this turn. That just means they're going to be a turn slower in getting up to that side drive attack on their Mewtwo EX. But we'll see what our opponent is able to do on their turn. Benching down the Payday Meowth. And that is a very strong card, although not always worth it in my opinion. Payday obviously draws you an extra card per turn, but it's diluting the power of your Pokeballs to add extra basic Pokemon into your deck when really you want to have your Pokeballs finding Ralts and Mewtwo's for you. But you get the evolutions down here. We're going to poison this Meowth, which is great. It's going to put it at 50 HP remaining. So when we Draco Meteor, if it's hit with one of those Draco Meteors, it is going to be knocked out. We just need 2 more turns to power up our Dragonite. Unfortunately, we don't have... Unfortunately, we don't have another basic Pokemon, so a Sabrina could really annoy us right now. So what are we going to do? We're going to Sabrina them. Well, I kind of want to poison this Meowth. But I want them to waste an energy attachment as well. So we're going to Sabrina. They've already used an X-Speed, so the likelihood of having an X-Speed in their hand is lower. So we're going to Sabrina here. And then we are going to Gaslick. We have the Koga in hand for when we need it. We have the Dragonite in hand to evolve on the following turn. It just needs 2 more energy to get that Draco Meteor attack going. Our opponent with an energy attachment down onto their Mewtwo EX are researched to draw 2 cards. And will they have the Curlia this turn? Benching another Ralts. Do they have the X speed or the Curlia or both? That's a good question. Looks like they do not have it. So we are going to be able to evolve up into our Dragonite here, attach water energy to the Dragonite, and we are just gonna, well, we didn't need to Gas Leak. They were already poisoned, but we'll just do it anyway, because why not? And we'll end our turn. So our opponent in a tough spot here. They cannot fully power up this Mewtwo EX without Gardevoirs in play. There's their Curlia, so they could have Gardevoir next turn, but on this coming turn, we are going to be using Draco Meteor. If we want to. Now that we have a benched Pokemon, I'm going to attach that water to Dragonite. We could Koga and Draco Meteor here. Yeah, let's do that. Well, okay. So what I'm thinking is Weezing could knock out this Ralts, but our Draco Meteor could knock out Curlia. I'm just worried if they do have the Giovanni and Gardevoir in hand, they are going to have a really strong turn against us. But we're going to Koga. We're here to Draco Meteor. I'm not sure it's 100% the right play right now, because if they do get the knockout, excuse me, on our Dragonite, we're going to be in trouble. But we just took out both their Ralts, so they cannot knock out our Dragonite now. That was crazy. Draco Meteor targeting down Ralts, Curlia twice, and the Meowth. No damage done to their Mewtwo EX, but that is fine. We are winning this game now for sure. We've got the cool Meowth coming down, another Pokeball, but we're going to be able to Draco Meteor twice, and that should be the game. Alright, gonna start powering up this other Dratini, however, just in case. There's the Weezing evolve, and another Draco Meteor. Does this win us the game? We just need to knock out that Meowth, and there it goes. 50 to each of their Pokemon, and that is the game. So, in 2 attacks, you can just win the game once you get Draco Meteor powered up. It's crazy. It's hard to do, but the attack is so good once you get it going. We're gonna jump into a game 2 here. We got so lucky there, targeting down their Ralts and their Curlia like that. But again, better to be lucky than good sometimes. Going into a game 2 with Dragonite. Our opponent's got the Gardevoir. Profile pick, they've got the Mewtwo sleeves, but they got Dark Energy, so maybe we're not going up against a Gardevoir deck. Sadly, we don't have a Dratini in hand currently, so that is definitely something that we're going to want to find. So we can draw into it, or a Pokeball, or a Research. Looks like we're going into the mirror here, but they are playing... Oh, that's not a Dark Energy, that's a Water Energy, my bad. But yeah, it looks like we are playing a similar deck. Except they found their Dratini. They might have a better starting hand than us. Pokeball coming down. Benching and Articuno. Okay, so this is a little bit different than our deck. There's a Koga. Sadly, it's just an attach and a pass from us here. X speed from our opponent, going to retreat that Dratini. Going to go into that Articuno. The question is, do they have a Misty or something in here to start powering up that Articuno? They do have their Dragonair, so they are getting pretty far ahead of us. Misty coming down to power up that Articuno potentially. One heads, one tails. All right, so they do get one energy attachment onto that Articuno, energy attachment for turn onto the Dragonair. And our opponent is quite a bit ahead, like I said, but we can definitely catch up. We're going to evolve into Weezing. Hopefully force them to retreat out of that Dragonair. Sadly attach for turn again to Weezing. And we have not found our Dratini. But we'll end our turn here. We are doing damage to their Dragonair now, at least with that poison. Potentially, forcing them to hard retreat out of this Dragonair, which would mean that they're missing out on an energy attachment. But again, we're still pretty far behind, having no Dratini ourselves. They're also playing the Payday Meowth. Another Articuno coming down. Will they hard retreat? Will they just attach for turn, knowing that we don't have much going on? And they could do Tail Smack for 80. Nope, they do hard retreat. Attach for turn. They do evolve up into the Dragonite. Attach for turn onto the Dragonite. I think we're in a rough spot. Yep, we're in a rough spot. Still no Dratini. 12 cards left in deck. 2 Pokeballs, 2 Dratinis, 2 Research. Unfortunate. I think it's probably going to just end up being a concession from us, but we'll see what we're able to draw it into. There is a Pokeball. Can we get Dratini? If we get Coughing off of this, I'm probably just scooping. There is our Dratini, though. All right. So we can finally start attaching energy. End turn. We just really need to be drawing into our Dragonair next turn. That's really our only chance, is to evolve into Dragonair next turn. Potion coming down on our opponent's Articuno. I think that's probably a mistake. I would have potioned the Dragonite. Having 160 HP on there means that we can't one-shot it if, if we target it 3 times with our own Draco Meteor. We did not get the Dragonair that turn. Just got to pass. And our opponent's going to be using Draco Meteor this turn. So, when you get a slow start like this, not much you can do about it. 9 cards left in deck. Haven't seen a research yet, if I remember correctly, from the start of the game. So, not much you can do about that. But our opponent gets Tails on that Misty here. Going to retreat into that Dragonite. They're going to Draco Meteor here. And that's going to be tough for us for sure. There goes our Dratini. And that's just game from here now. There's nothing we can do about that. So we'll go into a game 2. There's another Dratini just a little bit late. We'll go into a game 3. See if we can't get another win with Dragonite deck and draw a little bit better. Hopping into a game 3. Let us see what we're able to do this game. Yeah, really hoping we can draw better than that last one. We're going first. That's all right. Starting a Dratini. We have 2 Dratinis in hand, a Weezing. We definitely want to find a Coughing. Got X speed. There is the Coughing. That's good. And we'll end our turn there. Obviously, next turn we can X speed out of the Dratini and start using that Gas Leak ability. Gotta hope our opponent does not find their Misties early. And there's a pass from our opponent. All right, we've got the Dragonite in hand. We just need to find Dragonair. Would have been nice to be able to evolve into Dragonair this turn, but it's going to take a little bit of time to power up the attack anyway, so that's fine. We definitely need to be drawn into that here on the next turn or two. Gas Leak coming down from the Weezing, poisoning our opponent's Articuno, chipping away a little bit in between each turn. Our opponent will at least be able to Ice Wing this turn for 40 onto our Weezing, and then next turn Blizzard our Weezing. So we definitely would really love to see our Dragonair this turn. They attach for turn to the Staryu instead of Ice Winging our Weezing, which is surprising to say the least. We do find a research. Can this research find us a Dragonair? That would be huge. Coughing, research. Okay, finds us another research. That's all right. Attach for turn onto the Dratini. I guess we didn't need to Gas Leak again. They were already poisoned, but that's fine. And then end our turn there. If the next research can find us a Dragonair, we're going to be in a great spot. Starmie EX coming down from our opponent with Free Retreat and that Hydro Splash attack that does 90 for 2 water energies. X speed onto that Articuno. Going to retreat out of the Articuno into the Starmie and be doing 90 to our Coughing. Sorry, our Weezing. Another Articuno EX coming down from our opponent. Sabrina, we're going to give them... I think it's fine to just give them the Coughing. I was thinking about giving them the Dratini because we can't really power up another Dragonite most likely, but this is fine. I'm going to send up that Weezing to poison the Starmie EX. Attach for turn onto Dratini, and this research really needs to find us a Dragonair. Koga, X speed. Nope, no good. Alright, Gas Leak coming down. And we just gotta end our turn there. If we could get some evolution search in the game, decks like this would be a lot. So I'm hoping in future set releases we can get something that finds like a random evolution or something from your deck at least. Without evolution search, stage 2 decks just feel so bad. And once again, not drawn into our Dragonair. We're just going to let them take the Weezing. We have to draw to Dragonair next turn. Dragonair can tank a hit from Starmie as long as they don't have a Giovanni. We've played both of our research. Of the 6 cards left in our deck, 2 are Dragonair, so we got a 33% chance of drawing into a Dragonair. Healing off that poison with the retreat, and then they're just going to Ice Wing our Weezing, it looks like. And I think we've lost this one again because we couldn't draw into our evolutions. And that's really what it comes down to sometimes. And we couldn't draw into our other Weezing either and start using the Koga stuff. So like there's the Dragonair. Tail Smack will do 80. That could save us. If I Sabrina them, they probably just go into the Starmie. Do I want to hit into the Starmie? No. I want to tail smack this Articuno because if our Draco Meteor next turn can target Starmie twice and Articuno twice, we win. Low odds of that, but could happen. X speed coming down from our opponent. Retreat out of that Articuno into the Starmie, doing 90 damage to us unless they have Giovanni, which that would just be game. There's the Giovanni. All right. Unfortunate. So we're going to concede. And yeah, that is just what happens with the stage 2 decks sometimes when you don't draw into your evolutions quickly enough. We're going to go into another game, see if we can't have a little bit better draws with the Dragonite deck. But yeah, one thing I would really love to see in the game is some evolution search. I don't think we're going to see like targeted deck search, most likely. Obviously, Pokeball finds a random basic, so maybe something like a Great Ball could find a random evolution. I think that would be really good for the game. Just allow these stage 2 decks to compete against basic decks a little bit better. Looks like we are going second this game, so we will get an energy attachment down. We have double Dratini. We do have Coughing to put in the active, double Dratini to put onto our bench. I should have benched that other Dratini just to avoid the red card, but that's all right. Research come down from our opponent. We have the Dragonite already in hand. If we can just draw into our Dragonaires more quickly this game, we will be all right. I'm gonna bench this Dratini, attach for turn, and then it's just a pass from us. Looks like we're going up against Charizard. Like we mentioned earlier in the video, Charizard is the only EX in the game that can, without any damage amplifiers, one-shot Dragonite. So we're going to need to draw a lot faster than our opponent into our evolutions. Alright, let's see what our opponent's able to get into play on this turn. Big hand. There's the Charmander. There's another Moltres. Attach for turn, and we're going to see that Inferno Dance. Come on, lots of tails, please. Or 3 heads. That works too. We'll see if our Dragonaires want to show up this game for us. So far, no. But we did get the Weezing. Attach return onto Dratini. Might as well Sabrina. See if that can keep them from attaching, attaching additional energies to that Charmander. Obviously, if they want an Inferno Dance, they'll have to attach for turn onto this new Moltres. So it saves us a little bit, but once again, our Dragonaire's not coming out to play. Another Inferno Dance from our opponent. Do have the Charmeleon evolved already. They've got a massive hand, so I'm guessing they got a Charizard EX. All right, triple tails on this one, triple heads in the last one. I guess we're even now. All we've got is Sabrina. No Dragonairs yet. No research yet. No Pokeballs yet. Sometimes this is how it goes with stage 2 decks. There is the Charizard EX, and that's just going to be a concede for us. So, disappointing draws in those last 3 games. Dragonair just being, hiding in the deck, didn't want to come out. That's how it is sometimes, but that's okay. That's why Pikachu EX is just the best deck in the game. Just play Pikachu EX. Why are we just playing stage 2s? Stage 2s are way more fun than basics. Dragonite is a cool Pokemon, but I think before these decks can be super good, we definitely need some evolution search in this game. Come on, Pokemon, give it to us. Give us a Great Ball. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.